Hi everyone, Popcorn Culture Junkie. I've seen this battle go on the internet for some time, and it raises the big question between the child-free and the parents. Why the animosity? Well, I can't speak for the parent side since I'm not a parent, but I can say that, with all these parents bugging us to death about not having children, and between the entitlement attitude of a lot of moms out there today, not all, but a good chunk of them, and this child-centric society that we live in, we should not revolve our entire society around kids. Yes, they're our future, they're here, blah, 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 but it just sickens me that, people are so busy worshiping babies and little kids. Oh, they're the best thing ever. They're the best thing ever. Not to everybody. To all these moms out there that love to shove their precious snowflake in everybody's face, well, great. Your kid may be the center of your universe, but your kid's not the center of the universe. Not all of us care about your damn kid. I'm sorry. It's not just one mommy or two. There's just multitudes of them out there. They want to drag their kids around, show them off like little trophies instead of treating them like little people. Dress them up and, in some cases, in some moms' cases, make them go into pageants, or in the dad's case, make them play sports that they may not necessarily like. Again, it's the whole entitlement and trophy attitude that pisses off of quite a few child-free people. And it's the same thing with, kids acting out in public and nobody doing a damn thing. That's why you hear news stories of strangers slapping kids. I personally wouldn't do it, but I can definitely understand why he would. If these parents would get their heads out of their asses a little more and actually discipline their children. I personally was spanked as a kid. I'm not exactly promoting spanking, but, you may enjoy your kids' screaming fits, but guess what? The rest of the world doesn't. Let's see, why is there so much animosity? The entitlement attitude, but you get all these sanctum mommies. You got these mommies that think they're, the goddess of motherhood, and, they try and tell other women how to raise their children, but they're probably the ones with the biggest brats. You got all this going on. And then it's the sanctum mommies that are the worst at trying to get the child-free women to be like them. They'll spend, they'll do the bitch and backpedal. They'll bitch and moan about what pains in the ass their children are, and then turn around at the last minute. Oh, but they're worth it. You should have some. There is just, there's that crap. And again, dealing with the restaurants. What's really disgusting, though, is I've seen some stories on the internet. You go to a restaurant and there's no changing table in the bathrooms. Sometimes that happens. Wouldn't you be bringing changing pads or something? But no, some of these mothers change their kids right there on the restaurant table. Whether I'm a parent or not, that is just fucking disgusting. I don't care if between the shit and the table is, a diaper. I understand that kids have diaper bombs and whatnot, but you have some fucking courtesy. You don't change your kid on the table. Take the kid out to the car if you have to. I'm not trying to give anybody parenting advice or anything, so, don't any of you parents out there freak out. I'm just saying use some goddamn common sense. But then again, common sense isn't so common these days anymore, now is it? And you wonder why people get so pissed about that. And all the parents feel they're persecuted. No. And we're not out there actively persecuting every single parent. There are a lot of good parents, and they have enough sense not to pull this kind of crap at a restaurant. Changing your kid's diaper on the table. Or letting the kids' bare feet on the table. It's still gross. Who cares if it's cute little pudgy baby feet? It's fucking gross. And another thing these entitled people like to do is bring their sick kids out in public. I mean, if you're going to a doctor's appointment, fine. But when you're just, either stay home or get a babysitter or something, bringing your sick kid out in public, though, that's just irresponsible. And don't act like precious little Junior isn't a germ vector. All kids are vectors. All people are germ vectors, but it's just fucking irresponsible bringing your kid out into the open, like at a family get-together or something. I mean, you're going to get somebody sick. I can attest to that personally. When I was working at a local grocery store years ago, I was 18. I was in my senior year of high school, and the owner's son thought it'd be a great idea to bring out his little 2-year-old. It wasn't obvious to me then, but it turned out the kid had chicken pox, and I apparently had too mild of a case when I was a kid, so I ended up getting it all over again. I had to deal with 104 fever, and the usual crap that comes with chicken pox. I missed a week of work and a week of school. All because somebody thought it'd be cute to bring their little sick kid out into the public. And then there was another story I read on a blog. The woman who posted it, her grandma died of complications from shingles because the woman was already in chemo. The grandma had cancer or something. She was in chemo. And there was a family get-together, and another granddaughter brought her kid who just got vaccinated with chicken pox. And as most, some people know, chicken pox and shingles are kind of in the same germ family. But no one knew for sure if that caused the grandma to die from shingles or what have you. I mean, and the woman in question who brought the kid was supposed to be a nurse. It's like, you think out of all people she'd fucking know better. So yeah, it's a lot of this entitlement attitude. Oh, my darling's so cute. I don't care if he's sick. I'm going to show him off anyway. Grow some brains, people. And it's like, this is why some people think all kids are just gross and disgusting. It's because of all that shit I just talked about. Bringing your sick kid out in public, changing the kid's diaper on a restaurant table where other people have to eat off of. Yeah, and you wonder why there's animosity. And again, with you, mommy bloggers. I mean, you're so busy crowing about what a great job motherhood is, and how you're so busy. How do you find the time to have a blog? I mean, are you as great of a wonder parent as you claim to be, or are you doing? I can understand if you're doing it while your kid's taking a nap. But, you claim that motherhood is so great, but, I'm so busy, but I have enough time to write on a mommy blog. And I decided to read some mommy blogs, and some of them are really putting their kids out on blast. And it's like, these motherfuckers don't think. You think your kid's not going to stumble onto this someday, if not now? I mean, my mom would not have been a mommy blogger, but at the same time, I'm glad the internet wasn't around when I was growing up. But it's not just the mommy blogs, it's all these pictures. There's a great website called shutthefuckupparents.com. I'm going to put a link in the description. And for those of you that have not been on that site yet, the blog's creator, people submit all these Facebook feeds and Twitter feeds and all that of parents just going completely nuts on the oversharing. If you share a picture or two of your kid once a week and, have like a kid status once a week, that's cool. But you got parents taking pictures of diaper bombs and their kids' craps in, the toilet. Yeah, I know it's gross, but, and my kid did this and naked pictures and, go to that website. I mean, there's just so much oversharing. Yeah, and there's another thing, dating. Child-free men and women, there aren't really any websites dedicated to just child-free men and women, so they've had to go on, they had to use the usual suspects like eHarmony and Match. And a lot of these people clearly state in their descriptions, I do not want to date somebody with children. And well, for the women, it's like the men that respond to these ads. I mean, some of them are just outright creepy. It's like some of these men are so obsessed with spreading their seed, and that's all that's on their mind is just, what's wrong with you? What do you mean you don't want a kid? You should go to AA. Yeah, that was an actual response, that the woman should go to AA because she doesn't want children. Since when does one thing have to do with another? I mean, there are a lot of moms out there that need to go to AA, you know. You're telling a child-free woman to go to AA just because she doesn't want kids. I mean, I don't know. But, you know, a lot of men and women, they get responses from people with kids even though it's clearly stated they don't want children. What the fuck is it with some of you single parents out there? You know, are you looking for a next baby daddy or baby mama or something? When we've made it clear that we don't want people with children, I get that the dating pool sucks. I mean, I get that a lot of single men and, you know, single parents want to find somebody else, but, you know, if someone's being upfront with you and doesn't want children, don't push it. Move on. It's like with some of you men out there that, you know, are so obsessed with leaving your legacy. You're fucking disgusting, okay? You're not cute, you're not suave, you're not charming. It's gross. You know, and if you do make a bunch of babies, do you take care of these babies or do you just pay child support? Yeah, I mean, guys like that. Guys out there that try to promote spreading their seed and pushing women into having children, it's just, you're gross. Even if that narrows my dating pool to a dating pond, I don't want to be with a guy with kids. And there are a lot of guys out there that don't want to be with a woman with kids either. I'm starting to feel animosity just making this video, but, you know, you parents out there, you know, with your entitlement attitudes and thinking that everybody wants to be like you. No. And after so many times of having our choices questioned, yes, we're going to get hostile. We're going to get pissed. I don't care if you like it or not. You brought this shit on yourself. You know, don't be surprised if not everybody finds your darling little angel charming. Not everybody gives two shits about your children. Not everybody gives two shits about children in general. And again, I'm not going to go out of my way to make some kid cry or anything, but I don't want kids coming up and bothering me. Unless it's a kid that I know personally, but, you know, and the baby stalking, I'm going to go on that for a little bit. Why do you people baby stalk? It's not cute, it's not charming. Again, not everybody cares about your little snowflake. So stop making a fucking production out of it. You know, if you're in a store and you're trying to attract somebody's attention, don't use your baby to attract attention. It's just creepy. Well, that's my little rant on that subject. I'll probably do a little more ranting on a few other things, but those are pretty much hot button topics right there. See you all later.